Hello, everyone! Sometimes it doesn't take much to save someone's life. For example, this cute little tamarin just needed to be lifted off the ground and returned to its mother.
Yeah.
There are more heartwarming animal rescue videos awaiting us. Let's get it on. We don't know how exactly these poor puppies ended up in a puddle of tar. Luckily, help arrived before it was too late. Now these two need to be washed, which will probably be as difficult as the rescue.
Hey, baby. Oh, ya, mi amor, ya. Watch out, baby. Watch out. It's okay. It's okay. Go.
Did you film it?
Come here. Ay, lo van a atropellar. Hold on. Where is he going? Johnny, you should have crossed him.
I couldn't help it. He's going back.
Some people say that it's stupid to compare animals to people, but what do you think of this? The story goes like this. These dogs lived on the street and spent a lot of time together. But one day, one of them was hit by a car and there was no one around. Its faithful friend immediately went in search of people to ask for help, and it succeeded. When this creature was rescued, it looked like this. As you can see, it is very difficult to recognize what kind of animal it is. Inside this emaciated and frightened beast was actually a beautiful fox with gorgeous fur. A magical transformation's about to take place. Look how pretty it is. Some rescue operations require very unusual contraptions. After all these manipulations, it's just a matter of waiting for the kitten to take the bait and get it out of the trap. So, who's going home with a new friend today? Regardless of the situation, owls always seem to say with their gaze, "What are you doing?"
I got the box right here. I'm gonna scoot it into you.
It's okay. I'm gonna help you. Okay?
Ready?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. It's okay. Okay. Yeah, I know. You're beautiful. We're gonna help you out. Okay. Okay.
But we know deep down the bird is grateful to these people for helping it. The bird is currently getting help at a rehabilitation center and will soon be able to return home and enjoy a healthy life in the wild. It took the help of a whole bunch of people to free this poor animal from the wire wrapped around its neck.
As soon as possible, because she has to start breathing properly to draw in fresh oxygen down that 2-meter-long neck. And of course, the snare has to be removed.
This wire snare is a terrible device used by poachers to capture animals in the savannah. The more the animal resists, the tighter the snare squeezes its neck. Fortunately, this giraffe was rescued that day.
Very much, everybody.
Turns out stormtroopers can be cute too. Has this dog ever eaten? It seems physically impossible to be this thin. This poor fellow was abandoned by its owner, but we have good news. The dog already has a new family. Care does wonders for animals. Walking on thin ice rarely ends well. This also applies to horses. First, they tried to rescue this animal with a tractor, but in practice, that turned out to be much more difficult than in theory. In the end, the easiest solution was to break the ice all the way to the shore so that the horse could walk through the shallow water and finally reach land.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Look at that giant turtle. It got out of the water on a beach in Costa Rica to lay its eggs, but people who were nearby at the time noticed something strange. A giant fishhook in its mouth. A whole team of volunteers had to remove the dangerous object from the turtle's mouth. Now it can go back to the ocean without that extra weight. Fishing nets affect more animals than you might think. For example, on the shore you may find a goat entangled in a net.
Beneath her. So, let her lay there.
Few animals could get themselves out of such a trap. You can see for yourself the exhausted look of this poor creature. Thank goodness the fisherman decided to save the goat from becoming a catch. The poor creature is so scared that it doesn't seem to be aware of what's going on. Buddy, they're trying to save you. Yes, sometimes animals need time to regain trust in people. Apparently, the hedgehog was so tired of struggling with this plastic thing that it just gave up. But its calmness helped its rescuer a lot.
Уже язык высох.
Ну подожди, братик.
Даже нельзя переломать уже.
Нет.
О,
Вылазь.
ура, товарищи.
Малюсенький. Дыши, дыши.
This poor creature will need a little more time to recover from the stress, and then it can go on wandering around and making funny noises. When this family went out for a winter walk in the countryside, they didn't expect to meet a new friend like this one along the way.
Такая красивая.
The fox seems to have been waiting for them all this time. Just look how obediently it's enduring the rescue operation, although it's clear from the look on its face that the animal is very frightened.
Давай помогу.
Погоди.
What is surprising is that the fox did not immediately run away. Look how it looked back at its rescuers.
Смотри, какая красивая.
Дай пожать что-нибудь, дай. Я лапа, видишь, он согнулась.
Ой, блин.
Дай пожать что-нибудь.
Она уже сейчас убежит, она уже не подбежит.
It gives us shivers to just look at this little guy. How did it end up here all alone?
Где он? А есть хлебушек или что-нибудь?
Да нету с собой ничего.
Чем он хороший?
Ну, иди сюда. Иди мой, иди сюда. На перчатки.
Иди, хороший мой.
Ну что, пришел он, да?
Да он боится, он, конечно, он маленький, значит, медведица сдохла, блядь.
А что, пристрелили, что ли, или сама?
It turned out that the frozen cub had recently lost its mother. Not surprisingly, it sought out people on its own and even allowed them to feed it. But more importantly, when the cub warmed up and recovered from the scare, the rescuers put it with another mother bear, and she adopted it. It's like a Disney story, isn't it? The day did not start well for this Chinese farmer. His 2 cows had fallen into a muddy pond while walking and could not get out on their own. It was necessary to ask an excavator driver and other volunteers for help. The poor animals were clearly exhausted and very cold. But as the farmer himself said, they felt fine the next day, so this story has a happy ending. The main thing some people remember about a beach vacation is the picturesque sunsets, but this girl will clearly have a different experience to remember.
Азовки, який заплив в Дніпробурзький лиман і намагався розрізнити, але сподіваємось, що все буде добре.
And the dolphin won't forget it either. Being left without a mother means certain death for a tiny hatchling. But if you try hard enough, it is possible to save it. However, it takes a lot of patience and time. Fortunately, this guy was undeterred by the difficulty. This little buddy is so tired from struggling for its life that it can barely move. Hang in there, buddy. Help's on the way. Looks like this family now has a new pet. Many people don't pay attention to seagulls, but the girls in this video not only saw the bird in distress, they took the trouble to set it free, and it took them quite some time. But what a reward they got.
Espera, sácalo bien de su ala. Pobre, está súper enredada, ¿eh? Ay, que ya casi está. Adiós. Ay, no. Cuidado. No, venga, que te va a romper la pata. Ay. Ay, ya está. Adiós, bonita. Vuela libre. Adiós. Uy. Adiós, bonita, vuela alto. Vuela libre.
Vai, dai, dai. Questa fa. No, para.
Ciao, bello.
Policemen have a job that's not only difficult, but also very unpredictable. For example, they sometimes have to perform unusual missions, such as freeing a hare from a trap in a snowy forest. To tell you the truth, this is the first time we've seen a tractor used in this way. This kitty not only swims as well as an Olympic athlete, but clings to its life like a true hero. However, it could not have been saved without human help. Now let's fly to the dry land. Guess who's being rescued? This huge dog apparently ran out to play on the thin ice and didn't realize how it ended up in the cold water. Good thing the good boy didn't freeze. Rescuers worked fast enough.
Good job, guys. Yep, I got it.
Hey, Copper.
Medic boy, having fire.
Let's get hung up in the roots. Yeah, axe. Give me that axe. I got her in the first place.
Right in close to the water.
Yeah, that's what got her in the first place, wasn't it?
There we go.
Okay, let's get the rope off.
That's all for today, pal. Tell us in the comments which animal you were worried for the most. Don't forget to like the video and see you later.